Pretty. So. Okay, one more minute.
Would be awesome. Well, hope so.
And daughter's water. You said that. Yeah, I did. Get started, and tonight we have a Board of Zoning and Adjustment meeting, so we will be calling the roll twice. So with that, if we can have a roll call to get us started.
Yes, Lori Quinn.
Here.
I am Ethan Reed. Mark Ferguson.
Present.
Alexander Bainey.
Present.
Jensen Tilkey.
Here.
Jay Winberg.
Here.
Brooks Davis.
Here.
Cassidy Cook.
Here.
Kevin Gambrell.
Okay, and with that, we are going to move on to the variance review, and I think Ryan going to be doing that.
Good evening. This is a variance request at 332 Southeast German Lane. They're requesting the side setback, which in the S1 district is 25 feet, be reduced down to 7 feet. The building is existing. There's no changes to the building that's going to be done. They're just trying to get this thing platted. The building will be used as a daycare facility for Conway Christian faculty and staff. Are there any questions? There's a few conditions that I've put on there.
Have
No
questions?
questions?
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anyone here to speak in favor of this request? So just state your name and your address, please.
Hello, Emily Ferris, 27 Bluebird Lane. Basically, as Ryan said, as I understand it, this is more of a formality so that we can go through with the replatting of the property. We're not adding onto the building or doing anything different. We just rezoned it, and now we're technically within that 25-foot setback, so we need the variance.
Okay, and you're good with all of his conditions? Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there anyone here to speak in opposition? Okay, with that, we will bring this back in. Is there any discussion?
Make a motion to approve with the conditions.
Second. A motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carries. And we will adjourn our Board of Zoning and Adjustment meeting at this time, and we will roll into our Planning Commission meeting, and we will need to do a roll call for that.
Lori Quinn.
Here.
I am Ethan Reed. Mark Ferguson.
Present.
Alexander Bainey.
Present.
Jensen Tilkey.
Here.
Jay Winburn.
Here.
Brooks Davis.
Here.
Cassidy Cook.
Here.
Kevin Gambrell.
Okay, and just as a reminder, the Conway Planning Commission makes recommendations to the City Council on public hearing items. Items reviewed on this agenda will be considered by the City Council as early as August 26th. Items not approved by the Planning Commission Board of Zoning Adjustment may be appealed to the City Council within 30 days of the date of denial. And we are going to jump right into a subdivision review. Lauren? Oh,
Minutes.
yep, we do need to,
I make a motion to approve the minutes. of
Thank
the
you.
last meeting.
motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, any opposed? Thank you. Now, Lauren.
Thank you, Mark. All right, so our one preliminary plat review for tonight is for Oak Grove PUD. It is located at 1 and 3 Oak Grove Drive, which is just north of the Canes development. And it basically is a private drive that runs all the way from Oak Street, and then it turns and to the west and becomes more improved, and it turns into Museum Drive. It's 6.52 acres. It is zoned PUD to allow 1 and 2 family dwellings up to 42 dwelling units. The comprehensive plan indicates this area for single family. Oak Grove is shown as a private street on our master street and trail plan. The existing development is a 1-family, 3,200 square foot home. It does align with our Oak Grove, the Oak Street Ahead corridor plan, which is for medium density infill of the area. So this actually was approved for a PUD back in 2021 for single and 2-family dwelling units. It was just recently modified in May to allow up to 42 dwelling units. One of the homes, I think, around the Lot 1 area was, it burned down a few months ago, but the home at Lot 6 or 8 is still shown. The plan eventually will be to come back and remove that and further subdivide. But as a part of this PUD, it is a 19-lot subdivision. We have reviewed, everyone has looked at this, Fire and Engineering Conway Corp. We have 11 conditions proposed. We have some corrections needed, but outside of that, it is a PUD, privately maintained road with a property owners association. We'll establish addresses later, and it does align with the Oak Street Ahead Corridor Plan. Any questions?
I had a quick question. Private drive aspect,
Mhm.
is that private at museum, or is it private accessing to Oak, or is it private both?
So that is actually a good question. We are currently working with the property owners, because if you see there around Lot 7 and 19, there is a little bit of discrepancy on the frontage and the amount of street. If you'll go down a little bit, Becca, you see that the right-of-way there does encroach a little bit onto that existing access drive. It is shown on the Raising Cane's plat as a 20-foot access easement, and we've had our GIS manager do a lot of deed searches in the vicinity. Back to the 80s, we've seen where someone has dedicated that as a private drive. We're just trying to right now find the ownership. And once that's done, if it is the property owners, we'll improve it. If it's not, then we'll need to talk about doing some improvements with concurrence from that owner of said easement. But it would start at the terminus at that gate, and then it would be improved all the way to Oak Grove Drive, where it turns into museum, because it does stop around that shopping center where the improvements start. But it will be privately maintained by the POA of that. It will be gated, but there will be access from Oak Street because there is a platted 20-foot road. We just don't know the current owner, and that's what we're trying to do, find out.
Any other questions for Lauren? Okay. Those new this year, this is one we just vote on. We don't have discussion for and against.
The applicant will need to just speak.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bobby, are you speaking for them or, okay.
Bobby French, my office at 1021 Front Street, representing ABG Group. On the easement, there is an easement down through there that transfers down through with ownership and stuff. It's like 20 foot. So they'll have access, but whether or not they have a gate, they're kind of back and forth whether they may end up not even putting a gate up there, you know, so there probably will be some, it'd be hard to keep people from driving through there, but there shouldn't be just, you know, as long as it doesn't become a problem, I think they may just leave it open. Make it easier. But if y'all got any questions, I'd be glad to answer them best I can.
Anybody have anything for Bobby?
Are you good with the conditions?
Yeah.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank y'all.
Make a motion to approve with the corrections and conditions listed in the packet.
Seconded.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. We will move forward then to our next item, public hearings. Lauren?
So this is a rezone request, currently located at 1979 Blackberry Lane. It is a 9.5 acre lot, tract of land, unplatted, however, it's split zoned. So if you look up at the map, the hatched portion that's red is currently zoned R1, single family, and the remainder of the outlined yellow portion of the lot is zoned A1. That is due to the way the property was annexed back in the early 2000s. A portion came in as R1 and another portion later came in as A1. So that caused the split zone, but it is all owned by the property owner. The request is to rezone everything on the lot to A1. It does have adjacent A1 and R1 zonings. There's an existing 3,700 single family square foot home with a 2,000 square foot shop. It's not in any overlay districts, and the comprehensive plan does design this area for single family. This application actually came to us because it was a building permit request. We do zoning verifications for the building permits department, and he was trying to install a 12,500 square foot horse barn on his site. And the way accessory structures work, if you have a home already on the lot, it is 50% of the covered area of your home. If you have an acre, it's 75%. Well, he has 9. And with the horse barn and the way his existing structure is with his home and the accessory structure, he would only be able to build another 838 square feet of accessory structure. Due to the split zone nature of the lot, staff recommended that he rezone his entire portion of land to A1, because at that point, if he's over 5 acres in A1, he's allowed to have unlimited square footage for ancillary uses and structures. So to be able to kind of align with land use, allow him to fix the split zone portion of his property and then get his accessory structure for his horses, staff recommended that he rezone his entire portion of land to A1. And this would allow him to continue with his building permit if this is approved by you guys and City Council.
Anyone have questions for Lauren? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Is the applicant here to speak in favor of this request? Okay, good deal. If you will just state your name and address and,
My name's Kenny Mullins, 1979 Blackberry Lane, and what we're after here is just a horse barn and equipment barn. And she blew my mind when I told me I had to rezone it. So that's all we want to do. We're not trying to we've got the 7 acres next to us for the horses, and all around us is A1 anyway. But we just want a bigger barn and spend money on the grandkids. Spend thousands and make dollars.
how many horses do you have?
Right now, we've got 5,
Okay,
and when we get this built, we'll
add.
cull and add and cull and add. You know, they're barrel racers and pole bunders and donkey owners. So, you know, it is what it is. So,
Okay,
but I've got a lot of equipment scattered all over the place too. So, and I was trying to get them all centrally located. So when I die, I'll die in the barn, not 15 miles from here. So it's one of them deals.
okay. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Mullins? Okay, thank you. We may call you back up. Is there anyone here to speak in opposition to this request? You can come up to the microphone if you want to.
My spokesman in here. I'm Helen Benefiel, and I own some property that connects to the Mullins property. And I just want to make sure that my property is always agriculture. And so I don't know if you're asking for residential, it's a.
Oh, he's asking to
Right.
be
I
all
just-
A1.
I
Mhm.
just want to make sure that I don't want to, and if anybody, I don't think anyone has been on this planning committee since I've been on it. I don't sell land. I don't do anything with land. I live in the country. I love it. It's just great. And my pastures, I do have a cattle operation, and my pasture does go up to his property. And I just want to make sure that, are you
Yes,
taking
he's
into
asked-
that?
He's asking it to all be A1. Part of it is A1 and part of it is residential right now. So he's wanting it to all be.
Yeah, I'm happy for them to do that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that was an in favor. Is there anyone here in opposition? Okay, thank you. With that, we'll bring it back in to commission.
I make a motion to approve the request.
Seconded.
Oh, so many seconds. We have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that carries. Thank you. We will move on to Ryan. I think you have the Polk Street.
I do. This is a rezone from R2A to R2, located at 603 Polk Street. The intent from the applicant is to put a duplex on this lot. Under our zoning code, R2A requires 100 feet of frontage, R2 requires 50. This lot's roughly 66 feet, so that is why there is a rezoning request to go down to R2 to reduce the frontage required for the duplex. Any questions for now?
Okay. Is there anyone, is the applicant here? Thank you. If you'll just state your name and address, please.
Aaron Davis, and I'm from Greenbrier, 11 Bucket Flat Drive in Greenbrier. And basically, the lot, like he said, the lot width is too big for to build on an R2A, and we want to go to R2 so they can put something on it. And that's pretty much it.
And you're good with all there, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there anyone else here to speak in favor of this request? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition? Okay, thank you. We'll bring it back in.
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. And we will move on to, I believe, our final item of the night. Ryan, you're going to start us out on this one on Ferris.
Yes, ma'am. This is another rezone. This time it's R1 to O1 at 959 Ferris Road. Currently, there's an 1,800 square foot single-family home with a 520 square foot detached structure. These will be removed during redevelopment. This lot, the intent is to serve as an access drive to the commercial properties between Ferris Road and the Tucker Creek Trail. The goal is to alleviate traffic congestion concerns along Prince Street and Ferris Street to all of the new commercial development that's been developed there. The applicant is here to speak on it. The rezoning is consistent going to O1. Again, this is for an access drive to try to get some traffic off of Prince and basically be a connection for all of those commercial developments there. Any questions for now? Yes.
A quick question.
Yeah.
The access that would occur once the lot's demoed, is that in lieu of that corner site having access from Ferris?
It is. It'll basically be cross-access for everybody to use throughout the entire development, all the way down to the creek.
Is this kind of going to model over like what they did on Andy's and Starbucks and all that? You know what I'm
Yes.
talking about?
Yeah, it'll be a street that just goes through so that there's access, so you don't have to get on Prince Street and have all those curb cuts to get off.
And those of you that were here, if y'all remember, this was a split decision. We voted, and part of my concern has been alleviated because of this, because it was going to come out very close to that roundabout, which seemed like a lot of traffic. Now that it's a little further back, I think it's going to be, you know, a better. Do we have that aerial? This view does not. I think they've got it where y'all can. So now show where originally it was going to come out closer up there,
Right.
like right in
It's
there.
gonna be right at the back of the Brahms.
Mm-hmm. Where Brahms
subdivision,
was.
Where Brahms was, and it was gonna come across there, but now it's gonna be further down like a.
And Brahms has since acquired additional property, which has pushed it even further south. So
And that was, I know some of the commissioners' concern is that all of that going right there into that Prince Street roundabout so close could have, you know, backed up traffic in and out. So, but anyway, with that being said, any other questions for Ryan? Okay, if the applicant's here. Oh, sorry.
Only, again, I apologize, only because maybe I wasn't here for the prior ones, but is there going to be left access out onto Ferris from this
Well,
location?
I think the applicant,
yeah, we'll let the applicant.
yeah, I
explain
think
the
he can
design
help
to
us
you.
with that. I had that same question, so, yep.
All right, one more round. My understanding is the road hadn't been designed yet, but will it take into account like a landscape buffer on that south edge?
We can't condition, this is just a rezoning, so we can't condition a landscape buffer. Now, everything that's been built that has a conditional use permit, Brahms has a 20-foot buffer, all the rest have a 30-foot buffer as of right now, so there is one that exists.
Thank you.
Oh.
Be Shadrack's.
Tolos,
Okay.
Shadracks.
It'll connect all of them.
They'll
Yes.
all have a back access.
The access will run close to where Tucker Creek is, the trail.
Okay, any more questions? Okay. And if the applicant can please state your name and address.
Good evening, Troy Rice, Business Services Coordinator for the City of Conway. My address is 5020 Bay Hill Drive. Just a couple of things in addition to what Ryan has already shared. You know, Brahms Restaurant has received approval to develop to the lot adjacent north, and they will actually be purchasing from us just a small sliver of property on the very north part of 959 Ferris, and that will allow them to slightly enlarge their stormwater detention, which will also be beneficial to that area as well. And so we've been working hard with internally and with the commercial property owners to make sure the whole project is beneficial, not just to the commercial properties, but to the citizens of Conway as well. And I'll just say on the front end, we're going to work equally as hard with the residents in that area to make sure that we minimize any disruption to the surrounding neighbors. But we feel like overall that this cross access is going to be highly beneficial from a traffic standpoint to the citizens of Conway for sure. So what else would you like for me to share?
Speak to the buffering
Mhm.
that Mark was concerned with.
We
No, it
have
hadn't
been
been
talking
done.
about what it will look like. First of all, we're going to keep the access on the 959 Ferris slot. We're going to keep that access as far north as we possibly can, so to create as much space between that piece of property and the Southwicks, who own just to the south of that property. I visited with Ms. Southwick by phone a week or so ago and pledged to her that we are going to fence that across there and do some landscaping. We're in the design work on that right now, so I don't know exactly what it might look like or what we thought about that. With Rotolos on the far western end, having to bring some fencing in, my guess is we're probably going to try to match that look so that once some interior, more development occurs on the interior behind Don Pepe, we hope to see that go across there, so we'll have a matching look all the way across there. But at a minimum, I'm going to say we're going to put an 8-foot fence there with some landscaping and dress that area up with some green space right through there. We don't know exactly, once the cross-access reaches Ms. Castro's property, the Don Pepe location, we don't know exactly how it's going to cross that property. We do know that there'll be a point A and a point B, and it will eventually get there. There will be a piece that's created on the south part of Shadrack's that will attach into Rotolos. But as you come off of Ferris Road, we do know that what you will do is you'll come off of Ferris Road, and just as you enter the property, you'll tee to the north. You'll go to the north right there, and there's already a public access across there. So you'll come in, you'll turn to the north, and you will then Y to the right to go to Brahms, to the left to go to Don Pepe. And then you can cross access all the way across that way. And we're hoping to create a straight shot across once you come across the Ferris Road access. We're hoping to create a straight access across there, but we've still been working with some utility locations and things like that. But it will have a complete access one way or the other, all the way from Ferris Road to the Rotolos restaurant across there.
Any other questions for the applicant?
Somebody address, will you be able to turn left
The
onto
street.
Ferris?
Yes, we anticipate that you'll be able to turn left out of there onto Ferris. That will be the width of a city street across there. We don't think it'll be a named city street. We think it'll remain an access. And we're also hoping, this is one of the other things that we're working on, is we're hoping to include some pedestrian access across there so that eventually when we have a sidewalk connection down Ferris Road, pedestrians could then come all the way across the development and access the trail on that side over there. So that's what we're kind of working toward as the end result of all this.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anyone else here to speak in favor of this request? Okay, is there anyone here to speak in opposition? Okay, with that being said, let's bring it back in.
Make a motion to approve.
Do we want to make a condition on that to add a landscape buffer of some sort? on
We
that?
can't.
We can't condition it.
I asked that today, yeah.
Yeah, only if it was a CUP. Do I second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Motion carries.
It's being built by the city. You approve that.
Famous last words.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, our last, Ann, do we have any announcements or business?
No, we're, for in the September meeting, we'll do a presentation, of the zoning rewrite.
You have that, does anyone have that date again? We want to just,
It's September the 4th. We're gonna have a public hearing.
at 5?
At 5:30 in this room. You'll all get invitations with a draft. We're cleaning up that language right now, but you'll all get invitations to it and with a draft of what the changes are. So you can come and listen to the public and their questions and that sort of thing. And then at the September Planning Commission, we will have taken all their public comments, incorporated that, and do a presentation to the commission for you guys to consider, and then take a vote on it the following month. I believe that October. Yeah.
Okay, so if
So-
y'all can get that on your calendars and be here for that, that would be awesome.
Love to have you.
Okay.
So you'll hear the presentation a couple of times, but they may be a little bit different because we intend to take public comment into consideration before we actually present it to you guys.
Okay, anybody have anything else? With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn?
Motion,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, good night. I know.